So my last name is Skrzypczak. It's really Polish, but you know, my father is like 100% Polish, and my mother's a mixture of like everything else that's European. So I mean, it's really hard for me to identify with anything. So this is like one of those poems that I spent a lot of time just trying to like reach in and like find out what I identify with. So this poem is called Katyn. In Jersey City, where skyscrapers use the Hudson as a mirror, there's a statue in the financial district blocks away from where I used to work. I was drawn by the macabre of an officer with a rifle that juts between his shoulder blades, a bayonet punctured through his heart, wearing a gag to remain silent. His eyes speak of wide, open atrocities. Beneath him, it reads, Katyn, 1940. When my babci died, morning led me to do strange things. I wanted to make it for the last 15 years that she didn't know me, root information between her and my father. Our last name is my only link to Poland. 9 consonants, 1 vowel, and 2 syllables, and struggling to say it with her grace. There's a diner that reminds me of her, run by a simple old woman who's always happy to see me. We don't say much. On the wall, there's a portrait of Pope John Paul II. This is where I buy paroles. They are fried and imperfect like God intended them to be, a recipe close to us. In the Katyn forest, Stalin attempted to break his ancestral enemy's neck, using the fog of war to slaughter a nation's finest minds and leaders. For Poles, this is an open wound that nobody talks about. One afternoon, I decided to visit that statue. The sky is the same shade of blue as the day that she passed. People gather to pay tribute and exchange a place. He only speaks English! This wasn't the first time someone tried speaking to me in Polish. The round features in my face speak it for me. The only phrase I know is Nostrovia, to our health, is a toast I make with vodka, shots that burnt the tongue of my motherland from my vocal cords. A man about my father's age introduced himself. He spoke in pro-Catholic propaganda, the kind that helped destroy the Soviet bloc. At that moment, I became that gruesome statue that stands sorely out of place along this New York skyline. I'd like to think she was with me in the breeze, to whisper in between buildings, feeling that I belong.